Okay, let's waste no time. Let's talk about The Matrix Revolution so I can get done with this movie series and move on to something better, because I don't want to talk about The Matrix series anymore. The first movie, I loved that movie and I enjoyed talking about it. Reloaded was a chore to sit through and it was a chore to talk about because the movie put me to sleep. Matrix Revolutions, this movie barely can hold my attention. The first half of this movie is pretty fucking boring. The second half of this movie is alright. It ain't great. The story is all over the place. This movie jungles 677 subplots and you having a hard time trying to care about either one of them. It completely renders stuff that happened in Reloaded to be fucking meaningless. Particularly what they do with Trinity in this movie, which makes me beg the question, why didn't you just kill the bitch off in Reloaded? I'll talk about it now. Trinity dies in Revolutions. You should have just let her die in Reloaded. Instead, you resurrected her just to kill her off. And it's supposed to be a shock to the audience. Oh, she's dead now. No, it's not a shock. I'm like, why didn't you just leave her to die? And not only that, it takes her 10 minutes to die because her and Neo have this long-winded conversation where it takes her forever just to say, "Kiss me, Neo, I love you." Jesus fucking Christ. Can the Wachowski brothers, Wachowski sisters, Wachowski, whatever the fuck they want to do to themselves, Lily, Lana, Peter, Greg, whatever the fuck their names are, they're a bunch of fucking goons. This movie's actually making me reach my breaking point of anger right now. This movie is angering to me. I used to like this thing better than Reloaded, but now that it's really started to sink in after all these years, I think Revolution deserves all the hate that it gets. This movie does stupid shit. It really does stupid shit. You kill off Trinity when she should have just been dead in Matrix Reloaded. The killing off Neo, I'm okay with that. It plays into the whole Jesus thing that this thing was going for anyway, where Neo was the prophet, the one who saves humanity. Him dying at the end of the movie is fine. I'm okay with that. How he dies is completely fucking confusing, and the entire fight scene between Smith and Neo is just completely overblown, over the top, and if you want to compare it to a recent movie, it's basically fucking Man of Steel. It's Zod and Superman destroying a city. I mean, there's a couple of cool moments of cinematography during the whole fight scene, particularly in this little warehouse. We have lightning crashing, and Neo and Smith are in a shadow, and the cinematography looks so fucking beautiful with that brief little minute or two. The rest of the thing is a CGI mess, and it's not even engaging. The first fight they had in The Matrix was cool. The second fight they had in Reloaded was stupid. This one is just boring. It's just boring. And they have philosophical conversations during the fight. Enough with the philosophical conversations already. I am sick and tired of them. They're too vague, and I don't care what these people are saying. Because all they do is answer questions with questions, and they have to over-explain everything to the point where you're just like, can you just stop talking? The biggest scene that takes great offense is the scene where Neo meets the Oracle, where it takes forever for Oracle and Neo to get to the genesis, to get to the point of the conversation. And when they get to the point of the conversation, I completely forgot what that point of the conversation is. Wait a minute, now I remember. The Oracle should have just told Neo, tonight you'll have to make a choice. Will you live or will you die? Boom. 30 seconds, all you need to know. Instead, you drain this shit out for 5 minutes and it's nothing's being said, and the movie's just stalling for time. Until you get to the second half, where it basically becomes this overblown war movie. The stuff with the Zionists trying to protect the dock of the city, that stuff is pretty cool. You got a couple of cool characters in there that have a couple funny lines here and there. The kid character who was introduced and Reloaded actually saves the day by opening up a gate which allows the ship that Morpheus and Niobe, Jada Pinkett Smith characters are on to them alone EMP and save the city and bloody blue. You got this other subplot with this character called Z who is married to the Link character and some other character trying to fight off Sentinels, and that's just there for no reason, being honest with you. Just padding out the runtime. Just pads out the runtime. It's okay. Oh, before I wrap this shit up, The character that Smith possesses. I know this review is all over the place, but it's because this fucking movie's all over the place. So deal with it. The character that Agent Smith possessed at the end of Reloaded. Yeah, Smith pretty much gives himself away, and this happens when he's being interviewed, and not one fucking person in that room was able to put two and two together to piece together, okay, this is not the guy we know. There's obviously something, there's something wrong here. None of those son of a bitches realize that this fucking guy is possessed. They don't put two and two together. They deserved to die. Really, they deserved to die. Because they didn't piece anything together. There's, oh, he's lost his damn mind. He's cutting himself. Like, no, motherfucker. It's clear as day that he's possessed by, that he's being controlled by someone. Can you not tell by the way he's speaking, the way he's acting, the way he's just so calm and so just emotionless to his answers? Neo was in that scene too. Morpheus and Trinity were in that scene too. They know how Agent Smith acts. They know his mannerisms. How those morons didn't put anything together is beyond me. And Neo's supposed to be the one? Yeah, he's the one true dumbass. That's what he is. Oh, okay. Let's just wrap this stuff up now. Eventually, Neo saves the day, and this little Indian girl who was in the movie for like 3 seconds makes Neo a little sunrise while she sits with the Oracle in the park. And Neo and the little girl's like, will Neo ever come back? Oracle's like, I believe he will, honey. And before that, the architect guy walks up to the Oracle's like, do you think this peace will last? And she's like, yeah, it will last as long as it has to be. We'll see about that. Very ominous. Ooh. Don't make no more Matrix movies, yay. You should have stopped at number 1 when you're on a high note. Instead, you had to run this shit to the ground. No. Alright, at the end of the day, Matrix Reloaded, I'm gonna give this fucking piece of junk a 5 out of 10. It has some okay moments here and there. The rest of this movie is just blah. Comparing it to Reloaded, I actually think Reloaded is a better movie. Even that movie's terrible too. Anyway, if you like Matrix Revolution, let me know in the comment sections below. If you hate the Matrix Revolutions, let me know in the comment sections below. Like my videos, subscribe to this channel, and just remember, cookies need love like everything does.